Hi, welcome to another episode of Josh and Kelly.
We are in Flagstaff once again. We arrived last night from Phoenix. We were there with my aunt waiting for our new package to arrive, which is right there. So that's our heater, our new heater. So today is the install day. So it's very much a kind of maintenance and repairs kind of day for us today. And then we'll see once we have our heater where else we're going to go, because we can then take the cold again. So
we moved back to Flagstaff because it was so hot in Phoenix yesterday. It was like 100 degrees. And now I'm like, my hairs are cold. I got my jacket back on.
Well, the difference was we left at 8:30 last night. It was still 87 degrees in Phoenix. 2 hours later, we're in Flagstaff. It was 45 degrees. That's a huge difference, 40 plus degree difference. And the reason is almost exclusively due to the altitude. There's about 6,000 feet of difference in altitude between Phoenix and Flagstaff. So,
but it's better for Soph. She can tolerate it.
Yeah, she was having a hard time in the heat, really having a hard time in the heat. So yeah, this is much better for her, and it's a little easier for me for the install as well when it's a little bit cooler. You know, I can do it in 100 degree weather, but I would rather not. So this is much better. So yeah, that's our task today, and then we'll see what takes us. Okay, so my first task today is to find the connection in the wiring harness for this. Because with the old heater, what we ended up doing, we had to cut this. So we cut it here, which is why we had to get a new one. We had to cut this. And so, because that goes into a sealed part of the heater you can't get to. So we cut that to get the heater out. So we got a new heater. So I got to find out where this is connected on the wiring harness underneath, because that's going to be the hardest part, is making sure that gets connected. If I can find that easily, I'm hoping the rest of the install is going to be very, very simple. It's a matter of putting this in place, because everything is done. Holes are drilled. Everything is already done. It's just a matter of screwing this and sealing this in place once that's the case. So I got to find where the connection is in a wiring harness. If it's too far down, like if I can't find it, I'm just going to run a whole new line, which I'd prefer not to do, but that's a possibility. So let's have a look. Okay, I don't know how well you can see this, but this is where everything for the heater comes out. So this is the air intake for the heater. This is the exhaust here for the heater. And then this is the wiring harness, which has, among other things, the fuel line in it, this is the fuel line. So I have got to cut this back to find the connection for that wire, which is actually the power for the fuel pump. So that's my task now, is I got to take this off, cut this back, find it. So there's going to be an easy connection in here. So I've traced this wire back, and I found the connection, but it's been replaced. Well, the disconnect has been replaced by a hardwired connection. So I am just going to have to splice this end into the new wire as a hardwired connection as well, and then everything should be fine after that. So I got to do that, but I can't do that until I have the wire coming down this hole from above. And to do that, I've got to take the seat out. So I guess that's my next step. I have found another solution. I looked through my stuff, and I actually had some connectors. So I've just wired them on here, and I've wired them onto the heater as well. So that way when I stick them through here, it's going to be a simple plug-in. And then in the future, when I need to service the heater, I can just unplug it as opposed to having to cut them and hardwire them. So I think that's a much better solution. I'm happy with that. So now I get to go and take the seat out. All right, so this is a two-stage process. First one's take the seat off the base, and then I have to remove the base. And of course, they're different sizes, so I got to figure out what those sizes are. The ubiquitous number 10, the 10 mil socket. All right, so that'll help me get the seat off. Thankfully, when I did this last time, I didn't put it on too tightly, so they're coming pretty easy. Getting back on is actually a much more difficult process. This is when I wish I had one of those little 90-degree drills. So you just go, but I haven't got that. First one. All right, all 4 bolts are out. So now this seat should just come off like so. And the trick is, I don't know if you can see it, there's a wiring harness here. And it's a pain to unplug, so I try and just leave it plugged in. So the trick is to get the seat far enough out of the way so that I can work without putting stress on the wiring harness. So that's done. Now this comes off to a certain degree, and now underneath is where we need to work, but this platform's got to go, and it's a pain, but nonetheless that's how it is. So all right, I'm going to remove the platform, and then that'll give us a nice clear space to work to get this seated properly and everything down. So let's do it. All right, the bolts are out of the base, so now I can lift this up and try and keep it out of the way, because this is the fun bit. Try and create enough space without having to disconnect anything. So I'm gonna move this chair back, I think, and then try and stand this up. And what I had to do before was literally zip tie this to this so that it didn't fall down again. But if I have to do that, no problem. Okay, the seat is pushed back, the base is zip tied to it. So now this is all the space that I need, because this is where I need to work. So this is the actual harness for the heater that goes to the main controller and all that. This should be simply just plugging in, and then under here is where we were trying to protect. This is all of the that's the holder underneath. So you can see that's the exhaust right here. Take some of that tape out of the way. That's the exhaust. That's where everything's going to come up through this hole, connecting to the bottom of the heater. And yeah, it should be hopefully a fairly simple, straightforward thing. Just connect it and go. Anyway, that's what I'm hoping. So that's our next step, is to bring the heater over here and start connecting. All right, this is our progress at the moment. I've got the new heater here underneath, and it's all connected. I've got the tape down. I'm just going to get Kelly to help me to hold that up so we can pull the backing off the tape. Then we can stick this down in place. Yeah. And then after that's done, then I get to silicone around it, and then I'm going to let them know. And then we're going to basically be ready. So then just going to put the seat back on it and be ready to go. Don't know if you can hear that. It's running. We've got it running. Now the issue we were having is that it wasn't getting fuel. So I literally replaced the fuel pump, and I ran new wiring for it, and it seems to be going okay. So there must have been something wrong. I don't think it was the fuel pump. I think it was the wiring. Because when I changed the fuel pump out, I used the old wiring, and it still wouldn't work. And so after that, you can see I'm a right mess today. But after I did that, after the new fuel pump was in, and it still didn't work, I put new wiring down, and it worked. So it tells me that it wasn't actually the fuel pump, it was the wiring. And that means we have our old fuel pump, which can be a spare fuel pump for us, which is good. But we've got to get it primed now to make sure that it's working properly. And then once it's primed, and I'm satisfied that it's actually primed and working properly, then I can actually do the final run of the wiring where it should go. Because right now it's just running across the ground, just to connect the 2 points so that we could tell it was the wiring. So yeah, I don't know if you can see this, but my back is filthy because I've been laying in the dirt all day. But we're having success, so that's the main thing. All right, Seat is back in. Everything is set. Underneath it's all been tidied up. Zip ties and all the rest of it. So, and we've tested it and it's all working. We have good heat coming out of here. So we are perfect. New heaters in and installed, and it only took the heater, new wiring, and a fuel pump. But nonetheless, we got it all done in one day. It only took me like 6 hours, so it's not too bad. It could have been a whole lot worse, but I am very happy that it's done. I am extremely dirty because I've been laying in this dirt all day.
Look at me, I got 2 coats on. I went from 100 degrees to having to wear 2 coats because all the windows are open. So we're very happy. I'm very excited to have a heater.
So we'll have a heater again, which is nice. So, but I think the next bit is to clean up all this stuff, put everything back in the back, because I don't know if I showed you this, but the back of the van here, I've got everything out. Everything's been out. So it's a hot mess in here because the electrical that I needed, this box here, lives way back in that corner. So I take everything out to get to it. But nonetheless, it's out. It got done. So now it's just a matter of repacking. So we are all done. Everything's back in now. Even this box, which has got all the other spare parts and stuff in it. We've got that. Managed to find a place. Had to do a little bit of reorganizing, but managed to find a place to put it so we can take that back and put that in storage. So we don't have it with us all the time because we won't need it all the time. But yeah, it's nice to have that project done. So we are heading out of Flagstaff now that the heater is fixed. We are heading out of Flagstaff, going north. We're going to fill it with water tonight in that same place we showed you a few weeks ago that we filled up, and then we're going to continue to head north from there. But tomorrow has the potential for snow, which is still kind of crazy to think about that we're here in Arizona, and you know, we were just in temperatures a couple of days ago that seemed to be 100 degrees, and now it's going to be you know, potential snow tomorrow. I don't think it's going to be much. I think it's going to be more snow showers, but the wind's really picked up today, we noticed. So we're going to be prepared for that. We might stay tonight. We're going to try and stay in that same town where we get water. I think it's called Valle, V-A-L-L-E. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right or not, but that's what it would seem to be. But that's where we're getting the water, and we're going to try and stay there tonight. It's going to be a little bit lower in altitude than heading up to, say, the Grand Canyon or Kaibab, which will be much higher than that. And hopefully we won't have a whole lot of snow tomorrow because of that. But first things first, we got to get there. So we are at the moment driving through the Coco Nino National Forest, and I think the sun's going to set before we get into the town, but it's not that far away. It's only like 40 minutes away, but I don't think we have that much sunlight left. So if we do, and it's bright enough, we'll show you getting water, but it might be dark, so we might not be able to do it. But if it's light enough, we'll do it. All right, we have stopped for water, and we found ourselves a taco truck. And if you can just see there, that comes into focus. That is Kelly. Right there, that's Kelly at the taco truck. She couldn't pass it up. And I must say, I'm quite happy she didn't. We haven't actually had great Mexican so far. We've had good Mexican, but not great Mexican since we've been here in Arizona, which is a little bit surprising. We also have not had a taco truck. So she's going to get us some, and we will find out how good they are.
We just had some real street tacos.
Mm-hmm.
I ate mine already. Beef.
Say what you think about it while I'm eating mine.
Very good. It's filled a lot. It had a good amount of. We got the beef, and they just put little tiny pieces of onion on top and a couple little pieces of shredded lettuce. No cheese at all.
Little cilantro. It's tasty though. It's very, very tasty.
Yeah, it's very tasty. The flavor, whatever they did. It was very crowded. we just filled up with water, and it just happened to be there. And we've tried so many different Mexican restaurants since we've been here, and
we've had good food, if I said. We just haven't had great.
Decent, yeah. I mean, even some of the stuff at home, I think we've enjoyed more than. But this seems authentic and really flavorful. And,
I mean, very good.
They were so busy. People just.
I filmed it. Yeah, you saw it was the people were lined up.
Oh, you filmed me when I was up there. So yeah, it's very tasty. It's
very
getting
good.
late, so I was like, let me eat mine. We're trying to.
It's completely black. We're down some dirt road, the wrong dirt road from what we want. It's completely black out here. There's no lights. Can't see a thing. So I'm going to finish this, then I'm going to get us out of here and find this place to camp. That's the plan.
I think last we showed you last night, we were on those dirt roads and couldn't find anywhere, but now we made it to Kaibab National Forest. So I'm just giving you a little peek. I'm sure Josh will give a little more later, but look at that. It is snowing. Oh my goodness.
Well, good morning. Can you believe it? This is still Arizona again. So we came in last night. The van is covered in snow. We came in last night. You can see underneath the van that there was no snow when we arrived last night. And it's been snowing all night. Here comes Soph. She's loving it. But we, crazily, it snowed. And I was hearing it all night. And I thought, is that rain or is that sleet? And then I heard some soft sounds. I'm like, oh, that's going to be snow. And sure enough, we get up this morning and it's snow. So we are in the Kaibab National Forest. We're about 20 miles south of the Grand Canyon. We came in late last night. It was pitch black because we're in the middle of the National Forest. Like, there are no lights around anywhere for miles and miles and miles. It's pitch black. So if the headlights didn't illuminate it, we did not see it last night. So we're going to go build a bit of an exploration around because I got no idea what's around us. No idea. But there's a little fireplace there, so we knew this was a campsite, and so we stopped here, and that was about it. So Soph and I are going to go for a little walk and explore, see what's going on. And these snow showers are supposed to be kind of all day today. So it may be a day to be inside for the most part. So we're sitting here today as Kelly's working, and it's hailing ice pellets. Most of the snow had kind of melted off, and now the ground's being covered again in ice. Little pebble-sized pellets of it just coming, literally raining down. It's different every 5 minutes here in Arizona. So we're getting ready to leave our little spot, and it starts hailing again, and there's thunder with it. Like, this is a thunderstorm, but with hail and ice. Who knows? It might even turn into snow at any point. But we're going to try and get out of here before it gets too bad, before this hail gets any bigger. We don't need hail damage. So, yeah, let's get going while the going's still good. All right, so this is the main road out of this national forest we're on now, and this is Kaibab. This is always different from a national forest perspective. Like, these trees seem to be so stunted, and that might be the type of trees they are, that are high altitude, and therefore they're that way. But you can see in front of us the snow and hail and everything just sweeping across here on this storm as we go down this muddy and rutted road. Just when the van was getting to be clean. Not so much anymore.
Made it to Grand Canyon Village. Checking on the pizza opportunities at this place in front of us, but I just cannot get over the snow. In Delaware, where we live, it's 75 and sunny today. It's just so funny that it's snowing here. Sophie's usually on my lap as she crawled on Josh's lap, and apparently the view is much better over there.
Well, the Grand Canyon's on this side, so I'm liking the view. Not so you can see much today because all clouds socked in with snow and everything else, but think she's waiting in eager anticipation.
When we were here like a month ago, it was snowing.
Yeah, they're still on the ground a month ago. Things were a muddy mess, and they're a muddy mess again today.
We used the campground to get a shower. It was $2.50 for 5 minutes, but it was really good to have hot water and shower. So we're excited about that.
Clouds only partially blocking it.
I wanted to come back on a sunny day. 2 days were cloudy, and today it's really cloud covered. But
Tomorrow should be better.
Wow, I don't know if you can see how amazing this is. Another section of the Grand Canyon, absolutely gorgeous. We might park here tonight, and this is our view. Wow. Now Sophie's checking out the view over here. What do you think? Is it a good spot for tonight, Soph? Good morning. We slept at the Grand Canyon. And guess what? It snowed. I looked out here. I can't believe it. So I'm going to open this door and show you. Snow-covered Grand Canyon. Wow. Good morning. Heading to the Grand Canyon to hike.
We're going to hike the Bright Angel Trail today. We have left Soph in the car, which she was not very happy about, but unfortunately they are very strict about no dogs on this trail, so we can't take her.
I feel so bad for her. She should have seen the look she was giving us, because we had this thing where we say we're going to work and she knows that she can't go. But she would give you a kiss. She was turning her head.
She was not happy. But anyways, this is one of the rare times we can't take her. But
at least it's not hot. We don't have to worry about the heat. And we parked her with the sun coming in.
Because it's cold.
The heat on.
It's still cold, but it's going to warm up today, so she'll be fine. Perfectly fine in the van. It's nice and warm and cozy in there, and she's in the sunshine currently. And if she's not, she can curl up. So we've made everything available to her that she needs. So we're gonna go for the morning. We're only gonna walk maybe a mile or 2 miles down and then back, so it's not that far. But anyway,
I'm not gonna leave her too long.
No, we'll be back a couple of hours. So this is the view from the top of the trail. We're going, and this is us going down the trail. Kelly is here trying to do too many things at once. She's trying to send messages to other people and walk and not fall all at the same time, which is very difficult on this trail at the moment because it's very icy. Because it snowed last night. It was down in the low 20s. So it was cold here last night, and things are still icy. Out in the sunshine they'll warm up, but for now they're icy. So
look how pretty that looks with the sun hitting it.
I know, it's nice.
The last 2 times it was cloudy, and then this morning it was snow, but it's going to be beautiful when the sun gets all out.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see, but way over here there are people on the trail over there. That's where the trail goes. That's where we're heading. So, and this is the advice, because mules use this trail as well. So you've got to stand to the side of the trail so that the mules can get by. And we've already seen evidence of them on the ground. They have probably passed this way already this morning, so it's all good.
Whoa. I'm sliding.
It's icy.
Every angle, everywhere you turn, it just like the view, just unbelievable.
We're going to keep taking these views because they're amazing, but hopefully you don't get bored. Yeah, that's incredible. Absolutely incredible. So here we are, down the trail for a while. We've actually come down a long way. You can see how high up the rim is already. But of course, there is a long way to go. If you follow this trail down to the river, there's over 5,000 feet of elevation change going down. So yeah, it's a long way down. So we are coming down the trail here, and this is a real switchback part. And all around us, it's just huge cliffs all the way. And then the trail winds down there. But yeah, we're getting there. Down to the 1.5 mile rest stop, which, you know, Kelly can't see a bathroom without going for it. She can't pass any up. So she's going to do that, and I'm going to show you the view that is here, because the view is pretty amazing. As is every turn on this trail. Amazing views.
Amazing, we did it.
So this is our turnaround point. So let's show you how far up we still are. I mean, we've probably come down maybe 1,000 feet, maybe 1,500, and it's, you know, 5,000 all the way down to the river. So there's a lot more to go, but
one day we'll do it. I definitely want to do the whole thing, but I just don't want to leave Sophie all day.
Yeah, we're conscious of Sophie, so we're going to turn around and go back up. But this
I
has
would
been
definitely
fantastic.
Keep going.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad we have to turn around, but I know the trek up is going to be slower because the incline, and then we've been at it an hour and a half, so that'll probably be 3, and probably long enough to leave her.
I think it's long enough to leave her. So, as we trudge back up the trail now, we can see out there in the distance how the trail just winds up that little bit through here, and it circles around, then eventually goes up that way. So we got a lot of climbing to do. So we're coming up, tired, but we're coming up.
I just calculated because I started running in 11th grade, so like 41 years, and I graduated. I just had my 40th high school reunion in 24, so, but I don't think anything can really prepare you for like the steep hike back and the altitude. Like I'm like, there's something wrong with me. I'm so tired and breathy.
I think jiu-jitsu helps because I'm not nearly as tired and breathy, and I don't do nearly the cardio at the gym that Kelly does.
I know.
So
Maybe it's my age. I know. We've seen people much older going up and down. We just ran one lady. She didn't look like a spring chicken. Was gone for 4 days.
Yeah.
She said today's easy. It's all downhill.
Right.
So maybe it's just.
Should go slower tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because uphill is definitely more difficult. So here we are, back at the top. You can see the big drop below us. So
amazing.
Yeah, it was worth it.
Bucket list item for me.
Yeah, most definitely worth it for sure. So we enjoyed it, and now we're going to go get Soph and get her out of the van.
Wow.
There's a girl. Hi, girl. Hi, girl. You happy, girl? You happy, girl, to see mommy and daddy? Huh? Oh, no. Oh, you want to play? You want to play? You got a ball? Huh?
Come here.
Yeah, you want to play, huh?
Thank you.
All right, somebody's happy to see us. So Soph and I are here in the parking lot near Mather's Point, which is the main lookout point everybody comes to. And of course, there's cars everywhere. We've dropped Kelly off because she went to go and get some photos while it was sunny, because every time we've been here before, it hasn't been sunny. And so the colors and things are much better with sun. So we've dropped her off, and we're now just doing circles of this parking lot waiting for her to come back. And there are just people and cars parked everywhere, even in all the places they're not supposed to. It doesn't make any difference. People are still parking there. So we're just trying to get through this parking lot without getting hit, because there are some crazy people around here who just don't know how to drive. So anyway, that's what we're doing. We've picked up Kelly again, and we are back. We're at the campground. We're gonna have showers. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a big crack. It happened yesterday. It was only a tiny one over here, but now it runs the whole way across the bottom of the windscreen, all the way over here to that. So we're gonna have to look at, I don't know, we might be able to live with it, but eventually we're gonna have to get it fixed. But in the meantime, we are here, and Miss Soph is very anxious. She wants to go for a W. A-OK. But we are gonna get ourselves organized and go for a shower and do some laundry. All right, so Kelly and I have showered, we've done some laundry, we've had something to eat. We are enjoying a little bit of ice cream at the moment. What did you get, Kelly?
Chocolate and peanut butter.
Of course, no great surprise. And I got a Rolo flavored one. Anyway, so I have an ice cream. And then we're going to find ourselves a place to park tonight. We might even park in the same place we did last night, right next to that viewpoint. If we do, I'm going to try something new. And one of our cameras has the ability to do a star tracker or something like that, where they actually track the stars as they turn in the night. If I can figure it out, I'm going to do that. And if so, you'll see it here. Otherwise, it didn't work. But I figured doing that with the Grand Canyon as a background might be a kind of a unique opportunity I don't want to pass up. So I'm going to give it a try, and we'll see how it goes. So that was our view once again this morning when we got up, looking right outside the window. There's Soph. We went for a quick one just so she could relieve herself, but we're going to go and find a better spot for her to walk, because walking here in the rim of the canyon is probably not the best for her, because she wants to roam a bit wider and further. So we're going to go and find a better spot.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. I have walked Soph. We just went through a trail that's nowhere near the rim, so that she was, happy to run and be safe and all that kind of stuff. So.
It was so not enough for her. She was so mad, didn't want to get in the car. No. Yesterday the walks weren't enough. I mean, leaving her yesterday for our hike, she could go and go.
Yeah. She really needs something long, so we're going to have to do that this afternoon. But not this morning.
We're on our way to church. It's a Easter Sunday, and they have an outside service, so we're going to go to that, and
then we're going to figure out what the rest of the day looks like, and where we're going to go, and how we're going to do things. But one thing at a time.
We have no idea.
We're flying by the seat of our pants. How unusual is that?
We need provisions. We need a place to work tomorrow. We had a little issue with the heater last night. We think it might be altitude, so we had to turn that off, so we didn't have heat this morning. So
yeah. But it's all fun, but
1 hour at a time.
Yeah, we'll go to church first.
Yeah. This is a change, right? Be taller than Josh.
Yeah, I know. You see this trail behind me here. We've been walking Sophie. We have walked her. We did like a 4-mile walk just to tire her out, and she's a lot more tired and less energy than she had, although she could still go all day. But so she's more subdued, let's say.
She missed her long hike yesterday.
Yeah, but we've had some lunch. We've walked her, and we're getting ready to head out of the Grand Canyon National Park. So, yeah, it's been nice being here.
It's been amazing.
We've enjoyed it. I know we talked about the bucket list hike for Kelly that we did the other day, which obviously you've now seen since it's on here. So all these things have been great for us, and we're happy, but we're moving on. So, yeah, we appreciate you watching, and hope you've enjoyed the Grand Canyon as much as we have. And yeah, we'll see you out there.
See you out there.